Oh, thanks.
Good, crazy, good. Thank you.
Here. And you're ready to start?
Okay, good. We're on. Well,
Hello,
welcome.
everybody.
How's everybody doing? Okay. Call this meeting to order. First order of business are the minutes from the last meeting. Are we allowed? Do we have a quorum? Okay, we have a quorum. So any changes or corrections, addendas to the minutes from the last meeting? If none, do I hear a motion to approve these meetings? Minutes.
Second.
Second, all those in favor? Aye, so carried, minutes are approved. So today, old business, we'll start with that, the dust up relocation. I actually have a tiny bit of news about that. The 3D guy and the physics lab tech guy, they're still working on this. They're at a kind of a weird place where they're trying, the next step is to get the pieces that would make the blades of that. You all saw the little video. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So the pieces that would make the blades of that, they're gonna be out of metal. And they want to have them cut on a water jet cutter, which is a really cool high-tech thing, right? And it can make all the curves and all the stuff they need. They don't know what that's going to cost yet.
Yeah.
So he's got to first work up a digital file of that shape, which is also kind of an interesting blade wing shape. And then he's got to take it. There's a place around in the area that does water jet cutting. So he said he's working on that and he's trying to get that so that he can start figuring out like the budget. And I'm like, okay, well, the sooner the better. So that's one thing, they're working on it, they haven't let it go, but of course it's the start of the semester, so it's not going to be on the front burner. The other thing he did bring up though, is how that works with the city. If the city has an engineer that they can work with about installation, about how to do that, the footing and how that would be installed. And I think so, but I don't.
We do. First, we need to make sure that's the project that we want to approve. So we need to approve that project. And then we need a budget.
Yep.
So that we can know for sure. And then I can talk with Kurt at the street department.
Can I just say about that order? So if we approve that, right, if that's it, then, well, we can't really approve without
We can't
budget,
because
can we?
no. We need to.
Okay.
We need to see it.
How does that work? I don't know for that last one. Did the city, was it a separate budget line? No, it's all going to be from us, doesn't it? Okay, so whatever the installation is going to cost, it's got to come from this committee. Okay, well, that'll be something to keep in mind as we go ahead. But I don't think it's going to be anything tragic. It'll depend on scale and weight. If it spins too fast and takes off, and I don't know. So anyway, that's the latest I have on that. So yeah,
Good to know.
yeah. So something there. So the priorities. For this year, the 150th sculpture, the 150th anniversary sculpture, that's something that's sort of been on our kind of scope. So kind of maybe be mulling over ideas for that. We did decide, I think we voted on having it in the park, didn't we?
Yes,
We did vote on having it in Fifth Avenue. And I will tell you that since it's going to be a big piece, Fifth Avenue is going through some logistics of adding some different things in the park back to the park. And that was originally, there was a tennis court there, there was a baseball field there.
It's a lot of space.
Yeah.
So we may look at another location.
Okay.
We're going to finish laying it all out and see where it goes. We still want it to be in a place where you can see it. So a place where there's
big splash.
frequent people too. But I'm trying to finish laying out that park as far as them expanding and
I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I think the idea of it sort of moving out of the downtown is kind of, we got a lot in the downtown going on, and then we spread out a little bit with MLK Park, a little bit further out. Anything we can push that'd be strong.
I thought it was perfect for the location it was because I thought that was further enough, but
it just would be where would you put it at? So you're only going to have a limited. Well, it depends on what it is. If it needs lights, if it needs water connections, if it's a big piece, it needs a base. Where would the base be? So there's a lot of logistically that goes into what's the best area in the park to put it in, that it's not next to a splash pad or it's not next to a playground.
Right.
So just looking at that logistically, we'll have to figure it out because again, it'll.
I'm just wondering. It seems there could be something really interesting about the planning and the layout of this. I don't. It's so hard because you can't put the cart before the horse. But if we could have somebody I don't know how we would do it exactly, but if we had somebody in at this level when they're talking about the fields and expanding of the thing, and have somebody go, yeah, I could put a thing right here and make this work like that. But
Right. If we said, okay, it's a 10 by 10 area, and then give it to whomever's going to do the sculpture, and they say, okay.
Or how about we back it up further and say, there's going to be, here's the plot. There's going to be a baseball field and tennis courts.
Yes, and we'll that's what we're doing now. We're laying it out to where then we'll see what's left, and then we'll start planting where electrical is already at. Because again, that was one of the biggest things was the lighting of it. Like we did Event Horizon, we had, and this one can be a little bit different because it's not in a roundabout. It can have lights on it.
Right.
So that's the big thing about the sculpture in MLK. It does have light to have electricity to it. So just pinpointing the easiest way to get all those things to a certain area so that it's not costly to run conduit.
But we wouldn't want to get the artist involved in that while things are being laid out.
No, he would not lay out the park.
No, but could he talk with the layer outers?
He could. He could, but we're still probably going to lay the park out based on the activities and not on the art.
Right.
So like baseball, there's really only one location, the same location. The tennis court, pickleball. It's still going to lay out. Yes, it's not that big of a space.
Okay.
Well, I have another vote. I was thinking if not there, in Fifth Avenue, I mean, we still have ample space in Law Park, don't we?
We do.
I mean, because it's still centrally located where somebody could actually see it.
Yeah, you would have to walk into Laurel Park to see it. It wouldn't be anything.
I mean, there's that one spot near that roundabout that has the concrete pillars and nothing, but something could go there again.
That could be interesting near the high school, near the roundabout. But hold that in your back pocket until we see what happens with
Yeah, because Laurel Park again, it also has park expansion. So
it's got a lot going on in the park, right? It's actually really good now. Okay, so we're keeping that in mind. Sorry. Good. Okay.
So throw that out there.
No, I think it's interesting. Or be thinking of other places too that might be something interesting. I'd like to see something at the end of the walking trail over on Tyler, where it ends, where the pool used to be.
Briarwood. I had that thought too.
But some big kickoff for the beginning of the trail could be interesting. There's sort of the tennis courts, the Red Bridge. Yeah, so it could be something dramatic could go there. But then that park's got kind of a lot going on in it too, and is about to have another sculpture. Or maybe.
It's been tossed up. The idea on Ask Conway, anyways, has been tossed up that the previous Briarwood area might be the new food truck area, but there's anything like that would be good.
Set
in stone or anything, of course.
My dream is an apartment complex that wraps around and then has a cafe and coffee shop. I'm working. I just need 10 million, so each of you want to get in on the ground floor.
Let's start fundraising.
All right, so the Tiny Toad replacement updates.
Calvin is going to start working on that, and then we will put them back out. We are going to get some more booklets. We were trying to wait until school starts because that's when we've been asked about them the most. So we used up all of our summer booklets, and so we're going to get some replaced. The poultry project, the signs have been marked as of today, so we have to change a few of them. And those will be, they will have some of the artists at the Art Walk in September for those. So I'll get y'all more details on that. And then a budget update. The budget was exactly the same. There was no changes in your budget because you guys hadn't spent anything. So and we didn't. You guys are paying for half of the Tiny Toads and half of the booklets, but we haven't done anything. So no budgets.
All right. So the new business is the RFQs that are in.
RFQs are in, and we received 10 RFQs. I thought I was going to have everyone here tonight, but Mallory and Joanna are not here. So I'm going to have the whole Public Art Committee score the mural. So I'm going to send you a score sheet by email, and then we'll probably need them back by at least Monday. we have to score the artists. One thing to keep in mind is that the budget of the projects were set lower. And so a lot of our artists are from out of the state. And so if you use out of artists, you will have to know that you'll have to, and you guys have a pretty nice budget. So it's up to you all to decide if you want to spend $25,000 on a mural or $5,000. But just know that when we engage artists, that will be one of the things that will come into, someone is coming all the way from California, then it may need to be a $50,000 mural. So just.
And they don't put their estimates in here.
They do not, because this is just their qualifications. And
Just
so once
qualifications,
so we can say there's
Okay.
10, we can pick the top 3,
Okay, and then we start.
and then we can start negotiating
Nice.
with,
Okay,
an artist.
so these are sort of just their CVs,
Just
and then we would say to them, okay, we want you to do this sort of thing. I got you. And these are all, what's that word? I don't know. Vetted, I guess.
They've not been vetted. So what
Okay.
we're gonna do is we're gonna vet them. So we're gonna give the Public Art Board the chance to vet the artist, because it's y'all's project.
Yeah.
And so look at them, they included some of their past work, some of them included some of their ideas, especially for Stone Dam Creek, because we kind of had an idea what we wanted there. They included their websites, so you can go and look at their websites and look at some of their art. And then also in your score sheet, it will total up to 100 points. You can score everybody. We'll take the top 3, top 4. We can do all 10. It doesn't make any difference to us how you guys want to look at them.
Okay.
But narrowing it down definitely helps. And I did get a lot of feedback from this project. A lot of artists were very excited about this project. So 2 things that came up was that we have the high schools would like for the Public Art Board to maybe do a project with Conway High, maybe for some rising artists. And so Jamie and I looked at doing a program called just that, the rising artists, to where we maybe pick out a crosswalk and a little rising artist, paint that, and then the Public Art Board supply the supplies and maybe pay them an artist fee. But it would give them an opportunity, because this asks for experience. Paint the whole mural. And so, but they have some great artists that would love the opportunity to bid on something like this, but they just need like some smaller things to start
Work their way up.
Yeah. So I thought that was a good idea. And then we had a lot of interest in the Public Art Board itself. And so we've talked through a lot of that. But how do we give beginning artists in Conway an opportunity to be a part of some of our projects? And we can
It's a good question.
actually do a rising artist, just like we do a rising artist $5,000 cap, pick some crosswalks or something.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of things that we can put art on.
And you're thinking the high school students. You're thinking all the high schools in town, or whatever.
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Wherever the interest lies, it can be. Sometimes you could. Probably have some college students that are also just starting out. So
Students would out with a spoon. Yeah. Money.
and it's and then it's a way for us to get again
Fresh blood.
some just some new
Yeah.
stuff, and then just all their designs will be approved by us. So I think it's a pretty cool idea
That's
to kind
really
of give
interesting,
some of the artists because we had a lot of interest. We had a lot of interest in the last 2 RQs. So it'd just be something to look at.
It's definitely good with listening to that.
Well, I should say the art board does have a history doing collegiate art with the Rabbit Run.
Yep.
Yeah, so there is. Yeah,
We touched on it a little bit. So
that's good. Well, that's good. This would be really. That's a great way to think about it. Some other starter projects. So we're gonna look at these, and you want these back. You want Monday. You want some kind of
I'm gonna
voting.
do Monday or Tuesday. I'll send you an email with so it'll have a score sheet with it.
Okay.
So it'll look like this. And then it'll show you what you're scoring them on. You're gonna be looking at their past work, their qualification, their statement, and then their feasibility is just, is it feasible to get someone here to do an art project for $4,000?
Oh, right.
Whatever the budget is, but know that the budget for Stone Dam Creek may be different than, the downtown Conway mural, because it will be a prominent mural that you guys may say, that's the one we want to spend
more.
the money on.
And then we should also be thinking about travel expenses for people from far away.
Yes, so in your mind, once we go through the process and we get them back, we'll tell you where they ranked at. And so in that ranked, if you got someone from Chicago, their budget that they submit to us will include it all. So just know that that's going to be where that costs. How many days?
That's kind of interesting, because if they, yeah, I don't know how to think about that. So they give us, so if we go to a local guy who says 10,000, and then somebody from Chicago says, well, 5,000 plus 3,000 travel and living expenses.
So what you'll do is you'll rank each artist.
Okay.
And then you'll come back and you'll start with your top artists.
Okay.
And you can, once you narrow it down, you can interview all three of those artists and then pick an artist from that. Because you'll be picking two artists technically.
Okay.
You'll be picking an artist for the Stone Dam Creek, and you'll get another one of these. So you'll get, when you get the email, it'll be a Excel file, and it'll have 2 tabs at the bottom. So you'll score them separately.
Okay.
And you'll pick 2 artists. It can be the same artist in the end, but I need them scored separately for both projects. And then we'll look at an artist for Stone Dam Creek, and then we'll look at an artist for the downtown Conway.
I think I missed that. What am I? South Donaghy Mural Project. And
then we're doing the downtown Conway mural, where you guys will put a mural on the city building along with all
I think I lost that. We talked about that last time?
We did. We talked about
Okay.
You
I was not here.
were not
I was
here.
not here.
We
That's
talked
right.
about so
Okay.
downtown Conway is going to have a lot of art going on. There's going to be a lot of murals being painted, and so the Public Art Board voted to be one of the entities that are also doing a mural. City Hall is doing a mural. There are some other businesses in town that are also doing some murals on their buildings. We have to finalize the location of the mural. We think we have one for you guys.
Okay.
And just do it'll be like the fall of murals. And everyone will be doing murals almost at the same time.
So we're just putting our hat in the ring
We're
with
just
it.
putting your hat in the ring, yeah.
Good.
And you guys will pick the artist, but you'll also pick the design.
Okay. So both of them are going to come from this stack.
Both of them come from the same place, because it was easier to do one RFQ together.
Much easier. Much
So,
easier. Okay. I remember us talking about that part. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good.
That's it. So I'll send an email with that. I can also send the RFQs in the email,
Yes,
just so
please.
you'll have them electronically, so you'll have them both ways. So I'll send all of that when I get back upstairs.
And also for the people who aren't here.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Mallory and Joanna, yes.
Okay.
Both know, Mallory and
Okay.
Joanna.
All right. So we
And
got-
Joanna was on the last committee, so she knows.
and we return it all to you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good. Any other new business, Felicia, that you have? Anything else new that's pressing?
That's it.
or-
That's all I
that's it?
have. No updates on any of the projects yet. Anything over there for you? That was it.
Y'all got anything? Let's go to dinner.
Let's go to dinner.
Well, thanks for printing all this stuff up for us. Yeah, I appreciate it. So
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
third. Okay.